In Japan, there is more than one grading system for records. In fact, I think at this point it's easy to say that there's dozens of grading systems for records that have been invented and adapted over the years, used by different record stores, some that use Discogs methods, some that use Goldmine methods, and that's really what this video is going to be about. Here's some footage that I recorded at the Den Bosch Record Fair in Holland, which I attended remotely from my home in Japan via a remote record shopping service called Awatar. In this video, you can see me in the lower right, and the person who I'm talking to is a fellow named Nick, who is the founder of Awatar.
You want to see the absolutely free?
Yeah.
First pressing mint.
What's he asking?
100.
Wow. Okay.
But it's very, very good condition.
When you say it's in very good condition, that's by your visual inspection?
Yeah, just looking at the sleeve.
Okay.
I mean, first press, it says mint also. This is the first one that yeah, actually, your previous question about how they show the condition, what I meant to say is none of them have it systematically like the Japanese stores do. Yeah. But sometimes you see something like this where one record in a crate would have a sticker that says mint or excellent minus, something like that.
Here's a video provided to me by Nick. It's from HMV in Shinjuku, HMV Record Store in Shinjuku. And they had 3 copies of Absolutely Free on sale that day. The first one shown is a German original, just like the one in Den Bosch. But look at the price tag. It's just under 6,000 yen. It's a German pressing. And the rating is EX minus for the disc, EX minus for the jacket. That translates to VG plus on Goldmine for both disc and jacket. And the other piece of nomenclature indicates that the disc is available at the counter. The next one is a UK pressing that's priced at 8,800 yen. That one is rated VG plus for both disc and record. On the bottom, they have grades S, A, B, B, and C. And the comment section, they give more information on the grade. Typically, what S means is sealed. The last one is a Japanese pressing for a whopping 165,000 yen. Now, this is typical these days. There are records priced this much, even twice as much. This is a Japanese pressing. It's a second issue. It's graded EX for the disc, EX for the jacket. It also indicates that the disc is at the counter. It's a Polydor second issue with the OB. In addition to grades, a lot of stores will write a comment on the label that will say exactly what's wrong with the record, whether it be stains, tearing, writing on the record, a missing insert. Some stores, that's all they have. In other words, they don't have gradings. They don't have a grading system. They write everything about the record, everything that's wrong about the condition of the record on the label. I'm going to show you some short clips from my recent digs and videos at record stores in Okayama. The first one is going to be Groovin, which is the first record store I ever visited in Okayama, and they had a very unique sign hanging on their wall. This is Groovin Okayama. This is their sign. I love the sign. It goes from mint to poop, and poop basically means you can hang it. The record is so bad you can hang it on your wall. And you'll see this one for Uriah Heep. I'm going to show you one example of a record and the grading system of that record in Groovin. This is Uriah Heep, Very Heavy. You can see on the upper right there's additional grading or additional nomenclature for where the record is brand new. In this case, it's a Japanese pressing, so it's brand new Japanese or import. I love this Jimi Hendrix grading at Medel Music in Okayama, along with the Rolling Stones and along with this European 45. Just fantastic the way that they give out so much description. I mean, Japan is a detailed society. It's just so much detail here. And so they take the time to write it out and describe it so that the buyer knows exactly what they're buying. And if they have questions, they can ask the store staff for more detail, or they can play it on the store's turntable. Most stores have them. This is Harioto Records in Okayama, Japan, and Harioto sells their records on Discogs, so you'll see that their system matches the Discogs method of grading. These are all 45s. Again, this is Harioto. Hari means needle, Oto means sound, and they're a great shop, one of my favorite shops in Okayama, Japan. This is footage from the last record fair that I attended in Okayama. This is VA Striving Higher for 1,500 yen, a 2011 original, and it has an A rating. They recommend it with confidence, so they have A, S, same as new, so that means sealed, and also C, B, and D. B is this should be fine, C, it may have some scratches, and D, it's pretty damaged. That's for 18,000 yen. Here you have Zombie Nation, and they give it a B rating. They recommend it. It's okay. So B is near mint. And that's Zombie Nation for 500 yen. This footage is the Osaka 2021 Record Fair. These are records from a shop entitled Yellow Pop. A group of stores, maybe 10 stores, will ship their records to a Japanese department store who will display them out on the floor, but then the customers will bring records from 5 different stores up to an inspection table. They'll be able to inspect it, and they'll pay for it at the counter. Now we're at Penny Lane. This is the Osaka 2021 fair. With Penny Lane, you often see them at record fairs, and they have 2 grading systems at the same time. One is S, M, EX, VG, and G. Some of the records have different price tags entirely. The grades are sealed, and then it's digits from 9 to 3. Record fairs in Japan are organized under a consignment model. Unlike in Europe and America, the dealers don't personally work their tables. Instead, there's one cash register at the venue. All purchases go through it, and then the show organizers distribute the revenue among the sellers. So you have a department store who hosts the event. They charge the sellers a fee, a handling fee, and they take care of sales and collecting taxes. The advantage for the local residents is they get to go to a fair and buy records from 10 different record sellers at the fair. They pay one seller, which is the department store, and it's just a great deal. So this is footage from the Osaka 2022 Record Fair in Japan, both at record fairs and individual stores. Customers are not allowed to take a record out of a protective plastic sleeve standing there at the bin. You have to bring it up to the counter. That's why grading systems are as detailed as they are. Really, in many cases, all the information that you need is written on the label. It is so detailed. Different shops have different grading systems. Some use the Goldmine magazine system, some use the Record Collector magazine system, or a mix of the two. Others use letters A to C, some even use numbers 9 to 3. For chain stores like Disc Union, different branches may have different approaches to grading. In fact, some record stores in Japan are 20 years old, and groups of employees change over decades, and you will see records from a particular seller at a record fair, and you'll see different grading labels from that same record store at the fair. So you might see a pink label from, let's say, Flamingo Records, which has an ABC grading that they did back in the 60s, and then you may see one from the past 10 years where they've adopted Goldmine standard. It just depends on the store. We're at 2 places now. We're at the Osaka 22 Record Fair, where we have Hank Mobley. The Hank Mobley, the jacket says brown stains, slightly scratched, and there's inner tape on the jacket, so somebody replaced it from the inside, and that the disc, or the board as they call it, is lightly scratched. The Coltrane has got brown stains on the jacket and a few light scratches. More expensive records will have more detailed descriptions. The Horus Silver 10-inch has a separate grade for each side of the disc, and the price tag says there's a repaired seam split on the jacket. This is Blue Soul Records from Osaka, Japan, at the Osaka 22 Record Fair. Here we are at the Asakusa Record Fair 2023. This is Gris-Gris, a store from Saitama, and in this case the jacket is EX and the disc is near mint. We're at the Asakusa Record Fair. Banana Records is from Nagoya and it's a chain of stores. Mark Bolan, it's a colored vinyl from 1982. The translation of the tag says Rare Tracks and it's imported. Banana Records stands out. It's a chain of record stores from Nagoya and Gifu. They don't have grades on the price tags. They just write out exactly what's wrong with the record or the jacket, a stain, a scratch, etc. Some tags don't list anything. So my conclusion is, come to Japan. Don't be afraid of Japan. Yeah, there's different grading systems, but you get comfortable with them. And you find that store staff can speak a bit of English. And remember, bring your smartphone, have it loaded with Google Translate, learn how to use that camera function with Google Translate, and subscribe to Ricefield Records. I'm going to be producing detailed videos about shopping for records in Japan. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Bye-bye.